welcome back to Ozark Garden Talk with White River Nursery. I'm Sarah McHugh, owner of White River Nursery.
I'm Charity Cox. I do the purchasing and event planning.
And I'm Alex Royce. I'm the general manager.
And today we are talking about fall. We got kind of a cool breeze last week, and it got us excited about fall and all the things that we're going to get in soon with our fall deliveries, and just kind of thinking about what we're going to do in our own yards, or just what we're going to do once it cools down a little bit. So, what are you guys excited about?
I mean, I'm just excited to be able to be back out in the garden and not soaking wet. It has been a little brutal this summer, and we're starting to kind of get those whispers of cooler air coming in, and I've got a few projects lined up. One big one that may have been delayed because I didn't get it done in spring. So now there will be time and cooler weather.
All of us. And this year it was really kind of rough this spring because we had our weekends or days off. There was so much rain.
It was very wet, very wet. Not a good time to be working in the soil. So
right. Well, this little break is inspiring, even though we still have a little bit of summer left, and we've already got our delivery scheduled. We have the plants coming. We already kind of know what's coming in, so that always instigates like ideas, new plans. Yes. Especially when we get a minute of rain, and I'm like, oh, I can plant something.
I know.
Sometimes I regret that excitement.
Yeah, because then it warms up and there's still more drought.
Right?
Yeah.
But I have planted some stuff this spring, so it's fairly new in my yard, and I'm excited to see the fall colors of these plants because they were one of the key reasons I planted them was for fall color. One of them being the black gum, our native tree. And I have attempted a black gum before and failed to water, but I had planted it in soil that it wasn't the best soil for it, and I didn't realize how dry it was going to get in that area of the yard. So I planted it in a new spot this spring, and it's looking gorgeous, growing, looks like it's rooting in well, so I'm excited to start seeing some of those reds, burgundies. Black gums is one of my favorite native trees. I like the shape of the leaf. The overall tree is a really pretty form at maturity, and they grow slow, so I have to be patient.
Right.
But I have noticed actually with the intense heat we've had, a few trees around town showing some stress, and one of them I did see that was obviously a fairly mature black gum, had some red leaves on the interior. Just a few, and I was like, oh. So I checked mine, and I have one red leaf. I'm like, okay, I'll keep watering you.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to see that grow for a big kind of specimen. It is in the middle of my yard, so it'll be very bright and colorful.
It's one of the showiest.
It is. I was about to say,
gorgeous.
for people who don't know, I mean, in my opinion, the red on a black gum, I mean, it even kind of puts the red maples to shame. It is like stop sign red, just absolutely gorgeous. So
I think the one thing that I have read about them is like the colors are kind of characteristic per tree. So like sometimes you'll have a tree that tends to turn more of the red. Some of them turn more burgundy. I mean, I think we still have them now, but we have had the wildfire black gums. Those things are intense. I mean, I've gotten to see them here in the pots turn. And I really wanted to plant one of those, but it was in a really big pot. So I didn't want to dig
That's a really big hole, yeah.
So, but I mean, we're coming up, we'll have the black gums in. There's some more coming in. And fall is a great time to plant trees.
Yeah.
So get it in the ground, let it root in over the winter, and it'll come back stronger next year. And the trees we get in will have leaves on them. It's not like they're already dormant. So we actually can enjoy a little bit of the starter fall color in the yard this fall. So.
Yeah, that's the great thing about you can still see what they're gonna do,
exactly.
But if you don't wait too long, so
yeah.
I'm excited about bulbs. I want to plant some bulbs in my yard. I don't know why I have neglected. I mean, I have planted some bulbs here and there, but I really want to go all out with the daffodils, and I just want them everywhere because I regret it every spring when I'm looking around and I'm like, oh, why didn't I just cover my? I mean, I have some, but not a ton, and not a good mix. Me and Alex have this thing about mixes. I like mixes everywhere. All the things, all the types, all the different, colors and combos and sizes. Yeah.
Even the progression of bloom too.
Yes, you get a longer time to appreciate things.
That's
so.
true. Love the daffodil. Deer won't touch them.
Right.
Yes.
It's awesome. And yeah, I mean, bulbs are they're almost the perfect example of, making a beautiful spring garden really starts in the fall.
It does.
Fall being the best time to plant trees, shrubs, most trees and shrubs, most perennials.
Yeah.
When the soil's still warm and get those roots established, you can get that done now and then just enjoy it in the spring.
That's the good thing. And some of the things, I mean, you can plant in the fall will carry over, like alliums you can plant in the fall, and that's another one. I saw a display of some really large alliums. They were the big, I think probably the gladiator, because they were taller ones. The gladiators get, they're on like a 34-inch or 3 to 4 foot stem,
big.
and then the bulb or the bloom is about 6 inches, and they can be so impressive. I'm going to plant, I think, a combination of gladiator, and then we're getting in another one that's shorter but still has really big bulb. The flower head, I guess, is about 4 to 6 inches across, but the stem is only like 16 inches tall. So I think it just gives that kind of Dr. Seuss, Astera.
Oh yeah. It's a really pretty color too,
it does, right? Yeah. It's a really cool one. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that one, or there's another one that Proven Winter put out called Party Balloons.
Yes.
That was another short one, and it says it's 8 inches large on the flower head. So they just have that Dr. Seuss whimsy, and I think they're just so fun. And I think there is a variety of bloom times with the different cultivars.
Yes.
So.
And the great thing about both of those, daffodils or narcissus and the alliums, they are hardy. They're going to keep multiplying. They're going to come back.
That's what I love.
Tough. You really literally don't have to water them.
Right.
I've never watered any patches of daffodils, or I have a few alliums. Great cut flowers.
Yes.
So there's a lot of things going for them.
Yeah, and they still, even the stem head or the flower heads, once they lose their color, they're still interesting.
Dried arrangements.
Yeah, they're so cool.
My problem with bulbs is I forget I have planted them.
Yeah, I've done this.
And then I dig them up at the wrong time.
Yeah, accidentally.
And, because I've already got a new design for that area, and I'm gonna do this, and this with some herbaceous perennial, and I go start digging. Well, now I'm on that track, and I've dug up the bulbs, and I'm like, now
I'm gonna throw this somewhere.
Now what do I do? I'll just take these bulbs out of the way because I know what I'm doing right here.
Yeah.
So that's always my struggle.
I know. I need to plan out make a plan.
Yeah,
a little bit more concrete
it's
before
worth it.
Yeah, they're so cool. I really like them, and again, deer resistant. You don't have to worry about all that stuff, so it's nice. Are you planting anything this fall, Alex?
I, as always, am somewhat focused on edibles. Probably going to do, another round of broccoli, kale. It can be a little trickier in the fall. I mean, a lot of that stuff you have to plant when it's still quite hot.
Yeah.
And so depending, as everybody around here knows, our springs and falls are so variable, and the timing of the frost, and so you run the risk of some things bolting.
Yeah.
So like lettuce, things like that, I'll probably wait till later. But we're about to get a bunch of fall veggies in, and I will be taking some home with me.
That's exciting. Yeah. All of my kale and stuff has gotten eaten up, and
yeah. Well, the pests
bolted.
Should slow down some.
Right.
As the weather cools down, they kind of back off a little bit, and it should be a little less frustrating to battle the cabbage loopers.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
For sure.
Another one that I have planted that I'm looking forward to seeing, and I've planted a lot of and still have some to plant, is bluestem.
Nice.
Our native grass. I have both big bluestem andropogon. Say it right. And little bluestem.
Schizoparium.
Yeah, something like that. It's a big word that I often mess up and say a disease. So I'm not going to say that. But so big bluestem and little bluestem, as their names imply, are different sizes. I have Lord Snowdon, big bluestem, which has really taken off this year. I've had it planted for a couple of years. I actually transplanted it to a different location this spring, and it has really enjoyed this heat. I haven't watered it once.
Nice.
At all. And it is over my 6-foot tall fence.
Oh, gosh.
It is powdery blue. And it is blooming now with the seed head, so it's opening up and has little fringy seed heads. But the upright statement of bluestem is dramatic, and the Lord Snowdon is just so silvery. I have Red October big bluestem in front of that for that contrast.
Nice.
So right now I have the foliar color from both of those bluestems, but then in the fall they're going to turn burgundies and reds. So like so much drama going on there.
Where do you have it planted near the road or anything?
I have it out at the road.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm excited. And again, this is like kind of very front and center, and I can really see it now. The place I had it, I wasn't able to observe it as well, and I actually think it was getting too much shade. So it's in full blast sun. Again, no watering, and it's all growing and happy. So it's a pretty awesome plant. And then the little bluestem, I have a few different varieties, and we have some gorgeous ones right now. Prairie Blues, which also has the blue-green silver foliage. But all of the little bluestems get the wonderful burgundies, reds, even some yellows in that.
It's like a rainbow. I mean, they're beautiful in the fall.
They're very dramatic.
The little bluestems are more on that 3-foot max range, and so I have straight species little bluestem. As you all well know, I've been trying to weed out invasives in my little prairie area, and as I pull something up, I'm planting little bluestem because I did not plant enough grasses, plant more grasses, to fill in the space and cover the ground between my blooming flowers.
Right.
All the prairie flowers I have, I've got some great color out there, but they need more support from like the prairie grasses.
Something to lean on.
Yeah,
and just
so
let
not
to
floppy.
shade the ground and cover, keep weed competition down of the things I don't want. I have identified so many non-native weeds this spring, summer. I'm about to give myself a diploma. It's just like it's like a nonstop, like, okay, well, what's this little guy, and is it native? And I've actually identified some really cool occurring natives that have popped up. This is the area that I solarized, so there obviously was a seed bank there of good and bad. And I've identified a Muhlenbergia, which is our pink muley, like that's related to that. It's a little low ground cover.
Interesting.
That has a little red stem. It's super cute, and I've decided to leave it. I hope I'm not going to be sorry for that. But it is native, and it's a wide range that it grows in.
That's cool.
So
saves you a little bit of work too.
Right.
A little bit more, something that's covering the ground.
Yes.
Yeah.
But things like crabgrass.
Right.
I'm digging up or pulling. It's actually easy to pull up. Pulling that up, and then when I have a space, I'm popping in bluestem, which I bought a flat of 50 plugs to work with right before August. So smart. However, the planting of these prairie grasses, these warm weather grasses, it's now. Like you should plant now.
That's true.
When I did plant plugs out in this area before, a couple of years ago, I planted like kind of late September by the time solarization and the order came in and all that stuff. They're tough native grasses. I planted prairie drop seed and little bluestem and side oats grama. All of those are great dry loving grasses.
Right.
But I feel like I planted them too late because it was toward the end of September. They were plugs, so they were small. And I feel like I did get some. I still have them. You know, they've come in and they were slow, but I think I would have had more success for the heat growing season.
Right.
So native grasses, especially ones we have in right now, are the ones to get in the ground to root before they try to go into dormancy.
They want that warm soil. And,
Yes, unlike trees or woody shrubs that, they're going to go dormant on top. They'll work on those roots. Grasses still do that, I'm sure, but it's a less
dramatic.
My observation is it's less growth in the ground in the winter.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, that's what we've heard from our growers and kind of observed in containers anyway. It's not always translatable to planting in the ground.
Yeah.
But.
Sure. Yeah, it is fascinating when we plant plugs, the difference in the amount of time it takes for the roots to fill a container based on soil temp.
Yeah.
So, and this is one of the ideas behind planting in the fall is the soil is still warm
Right.
Yes.
going into October and all of that. And so you do get that good root development, that faster establishment, make it through the winter and then continue on in the spring. So,
yeah. It's going to be pretty to see all these as they grow in, the reds and of the grasses. And the other part I like about grasses is they continuously give you movement in the landscape. So
no, I love that part.
Even the bluestem that's so big, I probably will go ahead and leave that once it's dormant.
Yeah.
As just kind of that wheat field effect, So even the browns can be pretty.
I'm jealous of you guys. That's that deferred project I was talking about. I've got to build a bigger flower bed. I mean, right now I basically have veggie beds and then a bed in the front, so.
You did plant a tree out back, didn't you?
I did. That's kind of going to be the cornerstone of that garden bed once I get out there and dig up the Bermuda. So.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect fall project.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I mean, if it cools off a little, I can get that done.
It's
but
much more motivating.
Right. If it's 96 degrees outside,
No. Yeah, one of the projects I'm putting off is I have a kind of a overgrown tree line that I'm wanting to clean out, but it's got some poison ivy in it and some just junk. I have some old Rosa Sharon that the previous owner had planted, and it was the reseeding kind that just has taken over, and then I've got some honeysuckle and poison ivy all in there too. So I'm wanting to clean that out, but I do want to put down in some kind of a screen there. And I would really like, it doesn't have to be an evergreen screen. I just want something pretty. So I'm kind of thinking about doing a beautyberry
Yeah.
screen right there.
A mass of beautyberries.
Yes, just kind of a whole row of them. I think that would be really dramatic when they're all in.
It's not going to be mixed. You're not going to put just a whole...
No, this is a situation where I'm just going to do one thing. I can do one.
Start with one thing. It's fine.
One, and then I'll add
And then
to
you'll
it.
add.
I know, exactly. But I think that I do have one beautyberry in that area is why and it's done well because it does stay pretty wet in that area.
Oh,
so
nice.
I'm thinking they'll be happy. Not that they have to have, they're pretty tolerant of a range of soils, but yeah, I'm thinking that'll be really pretty in the fall. I have a lot of pine trees, so I don't have a lot of fall color, and that's one thing I thought could be a little dramatic.
Yellow.
They have that yellow before they drop, before the leaves drop.
Then
I know
the show of the beautyberry is the beautyberry part, the purple clusters along the branches, and they're so pretty. Once the leaves are off, and the birds do eat them, but you actually most of the time you get to enjoy them for quite a while before they're all gone. At least that's what I've seen.
That's been my experience too. So
you could also make some lemonade with them.
I have not tried that. Have you tried that before?
I've eaten them.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I mean they're just like little pithy, tiny berries, but they do have like that floral aspect to them. And I know quite a few people that have told me that they use beautyberry jelly, I think, is a thing too.
I think I've seen that before.
I've heard of the
people doing
sumac lemonade. I didn't know about.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think the purple might even color the liquid.
I think
feel
so.
Yeah.
Maybe. Or in the jellies. I think the jams or jellies. I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I'm excited about doing too.
You got anything else, Alex? I'm
just excited about fall in general. I absolutely, it might be my favorite season. I mean, spring's nice after the long, kind of cold, muddy winter, but fall, I mean, pumpkins and casseroles and crunchy leaves and wood smoke. I love fall.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
It's my favorite.
And we are
season,
so close, and it always happens kind of the same way. I mean, the end of summer is still very hot, and we're not there yet, but you can kind of feel it.
Yeah, the
it's
light
coming.
has changed.
The light has changed.
The sun is already shifting down
Right.
for winter, and it starts. The plants know.
That
The plants
low,
know it.
that
Right.
low humidity, crisp days.
Yes.
I mean,
Hiking?
Yes, hiking and backpacking again.
Yeah.
Although
Yeah.
that'll be a while.
Even further away.
Yeah, early
let
November.
a few frosts.
Right.
Let that go.
Well, I planted a couple of other things this spring.
Okay.
That I'm also looking forward to seeing the fall color on. Again, they're young, but they've done well. I'm trialing several viburnums. I've read quite a few different things about them over the last couple of years, and people really say they're great. And I'm saying, okay, let me find out. So I planted our regionally native rusty black haw, which is a very tiny guy. So maybe I'll get to see a color before the leaves drop, but it's still fairly short. It's working on its root system, but I'm excited to see that one eventually. It's a big one. It's gets 8 to 10 feet, I believe. So it'll eventually be a big show, kind of covering a whole western side of my yard.
Oh, nice.
And then I planted maple leaf viburnum, which is a little further north natively, but could theoretically still will grow in our zone. So it does like shade, so I put it in shade. It likes moisture. Hang on, I'm watering it. Okay, so I put it in some really pretty decent soil in my yard, and it's doing really well. It has the maple leaf to it, so
I think that's
and then
cool.
it's gonna have that color, so it's like a faux maple tree.
Yeah.
Also, the third one I planted this spring. I like plants. I plant a lot. I always I'm not gonna plant anything this year. I'm just gonna work on it, and then anyway, here we are.
Yeah.
Nanny berry, viburnum lentago, I don't know. Again, we're really close to the native range. It's getting some part sun, part shade, also being watered, so it can get established. But I believe I'm correct. All 3 of those viburnums, I think all viburnums have good fall color. I don't really think there's one that doesn't, because that's kind of one of their trademarks as a species. But I believe all 3 of those have somewhat palatable berries.
Oh, interesting.
So nanny berry is supposed to be pretty edible. Maple leaf might not be. I could be wrong on that one. And I think rusty black haw is somewhat usable in the berry. Again, it's a big seed, a little meat on there, so whatever. But it's still a good fact.
Yeah.
The other ones we have are I don't have it because I have tried this one and failed, so I quit killing it. Brandywine. And the brandywines do enjoy the shade, the part sun, probably full sun with water. And they have a glossy leaf, and they have pink and blueberry set.
They're gorgeous.
So they're very showy with their berries. We have a local landscaper that uses them, Designscapes, does a lot of work around downtown, and Greg from Designscapes loves that plant. I've also had another couple of people tell me that deer have not bothered that one in particular.
Okay.
So it has this gorgeous glossy leaf. All of ours right now are so pretty out there on the shrub pad. Anyway, plant some viburnums, try them out, because I think we can get a lot from them.
So the ones that you have planted, do you have appropriate pollination partners for all these guys? Or?
Right. So it is a little difficult to understand if you do need the same species. I've tried, it makes sense that you would, but some of the hollies, you don't actually have to have some of the same species.
And some of the pears
Right. So I'm hoping there'll be some cross-pollination enough. It's an experiment. I'll see. I'm growing it for all the things, because even without berry, the bloom clusters in the spring will be pollinator food,
Right, yeah.
So I'm kind of hoping that they'll help each other.
That'll be interesting to see what happens,
Yeah.
and we'll know soon.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I haven't found anything definitive. I've tried to look into, I do know that you can't have clone plants, which, in the nursery industry, sometimes propagation involves cuttings from the same mother plant to root in, and then, so that batch of plants could all be from the same mother plant.
I have no idea if this is true, but I heard that all Boston ferns on the market today are clones. They're all genetically identical.
Would not be
millions
surprising.
and millions of clones.
It's remarkable. Yeah.
It's wild. But they do that with tissue culture, and that's a whole different kind of thing. They actually do them with like petri dishes and stuff.
Yeah.
So
I know, it's the whole world of growing our plants is such a weird industry, and
well, it's varied. I mean, it runs the gamut from wild collected seed direct sown into plug trays to very fancy laboratories in Florida that are doing ferns.
Yeah.
So,
or glow in the dark
Petunias.
plants, glow in the dark petunias.
Yeah.
What was it a fish or a mushroom? I can't remember what genetics they added to the
it's weird.
tissue to create the glow in the dark petunia, which it does not glow in the dark very well. It's a slight hint of a glow, but
we tried. We tried. We investigated.
Yeah,
but.
yeah. It's a great idea,
interesting.
and it's a start of a research that could be really interesting, but. Yeah, they're not there yet. So,
So I don't know if I'll get berries on mine. But if I do, then there we go. Now we know how to tell other people. That they did it, because I don't think we'll have any maple leaves out in my field beside me, or nannyberries.
Right.
So if there's another naturally occurring viburnum over there, like an arrowwood or something, they, maybe they'll help cross pollinate too.
Yeah,
interesting.
Another one I've been kind of looking at, kind of a statement tree in my yard, and this isn't really especially known for its fall color, but we are getting in some of the Rise and Shine red buds, which are supposed to be, it's our first time getting them in, but they're supposed to be a hardier version of the Rising Sun.
Oh.
So I'm really excited to see this one and potentially get that one in my yard, but we've had a hard time getting some of the red buds in of any size, or especially the cultivars like the Oklahoma. We've just had, our growers have had, I think the whole state of Tennessee where the majority of the red buds are grown, has had issues with vascular dieback on the red bud cultivars, and
which is crazy, because when we get them, they're dormant in the spring.
Yes.
And so we can't tell where they're alive or where they're dead. Neither can they when they send them to us.
Right.
When they went into dormancy, they probably look perfectly fine. But then part of the limb doesn't come back. And when the red bud is only, even 3 or 4 foot tall, and one branch that has that vascular dieback, it's a lopsided red bud.
Yes.
And everybody wants that beautiful canopy to pop into the yard.
Right.
So.
And I'm not 100% sure you're talking about verticillium wilt, but if you are, there's no treatment for that.
Yeah.
There is no spray.
They haven't figured it out yet.
You can try to prune it out if you get ahead of it, but
it will progress down the stem if it's not treated.
If it gets into that main trunk, that's
Yeah. So this one's supposedly a little bit hardier than the Rising Sun, at least. People are seeing better results. I'm sure it's just I think it's just genetically selected, but I'm not 100% sure. But it's that similar size, that 10 to 12 foot tall, 12 to 15 foot wide, and it has all the colors, the gold, orange, yellow, all present at the same time, that makes those rising suns so... just glowy.
You cannot mistake a rising sun when you see it along in a planting. So it's good to know that. I know that I ordered those, but I didn't. Thank you, Sarah, for doing research for me. I did not realize all the attributes of the Rise and Shine, which obviously was kind of taken from.
Yes.
You could tell, the plants kind of get named similarly when they're coming from the same line.
Yes.
And so, rising sun has been basically extinct over the last, like, say 3 or 4 years. We got a handful in, but obviously that's why. And so now maybe this is a great alternative for us.
That's what I'm
and
hoping.
We're going to have them, so everyone try it and let us know.
Yeah, and in the garden center groups that we're a member of, that, you know, just the conversations that we've seen about it, other people in the industry are seeing really good results from it. So I'm excited to try it. I'd like to try it in my own yard. So
yeah, I guess I'm planting another tree.
How are they that big, Charity? What size did you order? I can't remember.
I think they might be 5 gallons.
Oh,
which
perfect.
Is totally manageable.
That's perfect.
It's a good fall planting size.
Yeah, exactly. Well, did you guys have anything else you're looking forward to this fall?
Monarch migration is coming up.
Yeah.
Oh.
The super generation will be moving back through starting at the end of August and going into early October. So we should. I actually saw one yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah, which kind of surprised me, and he looked kind of small, but I don't know. Anyway, yeah, they should all start moving through, and
so keep watch. You can always monitor that on Monarch Watch.
Yes.
I think it is.
Yeah.
It is.
See where people are starting to locate them.
You might need to report that out.
I love their little email newsletter where they actually tell you like the size of the overwintering range and when people are first seeing them in various parts of the country. It's kind of fascinating, so sign up for that. And if you don't know, monarchs don't lay eggs when they're heading back south. They make that whole trip in one generation from the northern U.S. and the central U.S. all the way down into Mexico. And so right now, milkweed is great, and it does have flowers that provide some nectar, but things like goldenrod, asters, the hardy ageratum, or blue mist flower, I mean, these are awesome late season flowers that'll go into October and kind of help them.
Yeah, with a lot of nectar.
Help them get home.
Sources. Perfect.
And wonderful fall color for our gardens.
They're beautiful.
Yeah.
They're beautiful. I love the blue on the ageratum.
Yes.
I mean, they're really pretty and they're so easy.
They're
almost
easy.
too easy.
Yes. Yeah.
They can spread by seed and try to eat your garden.
Yeah,
so.
but they're also easy to weed.
That's
like,
right.
They've never been a problem. If I don't want it there, I just pull it up. It doesn't really come back. It just reseeds sometimes. So
we have it reseed in the gravel underneath the tables here. So
we have volunteers.
That just goes to show you that it's tough and plant some good stuff.
They all get watered pretty well under the tables, so they tend to like that.
That's true. And we do have a lot of the goldenrod. We've got a lot of asters right now. We've got a lot more of that stuff coming. We don't have any of the hardy ageratum, but I think we're probably going to get some in the next.
Should be able to get it
the next few weeks anyway. So.
Yep.
Nice.
So all great fall color for us and all the pollinators moving through.
Exactly. All right. Well, good. Well, I think that's all I had. So, but looking forward to the cooler weather.
Yes.
So.
Can't wait.
Exactly.
Soup season.
Yeah. Oh, perfect. All right. Well, thanks. Thank you for joining us.